Hey, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you happen to be in the world today. We're getting started with Final Fantasy XIV today. Let's see. Last time, I guess 2 days ago, we had started Heavensward, and we took care of the first couple initial areas there, and we're going to go continue on. We learned some news that we might be able to help out Ralban, so let's get on that. Our first task is to get to Revenant's Toll. So anyways, how are y'all doing today? I hope everything's going okay with you. Drop us a message down in the chat if you'd like. Of course, if you just prefer to lurk and enjoy the atmosphere in the game with us, by all means, feel free. Mistress Anne, I knew in my heart that you were safe, but to see you again in the flesh, words cannot well express my relief. Even as the victory feast was taking place, the Crystal Braves turned upon us and took the rising stones by force. Amid the chaos, some few of my compatriots and I were able to slip away unnoticed. Since then, we have remained in Revenant's Toll, keeping watch over the mutineers while awaiting your return. You have done well by us, and we Domans do not soon forget our debts. We swear to do all within our power to aid you. Okay. Yeah, check my sound levels here. Looks like I may be peaking a little bit sometimes. I made some adjustments, I guess, a couple days ago. Anyways, let's see here. Let me drop some messages down in the streams here real quick. Noticed I hadn't updated the website probably for about a week, so all the schedules were out of whack too, but we've got that fixed this morning. But man, poor Scions and Crystal Braves action going on. Been quite a roller coaster right there at the end of Realm Reborn. Shortly before you arrived, I received word from Limsa Lominsa that you were searching for General Ralban. As the Admiral will have informed you, he was recently moved from his cell in the Marasaja pit. At the same juncture, Yuyuhasi and the 3rd Unit were observed leaving the Rising Stones. This can be no simple coincidence. Their purpose, we believe, is to escort the Flame General to the scene of his execution. Suffice it to say, we have people shadowing the 3rd. If you would join the hunt, pray seek out Doware at Highbridge, where I too am bound. All right. I think we can do that. Highbridge, near Camp Drybone. we've got our next Red Mage quest ready as well. That's like level, I think we're at level 56 or somewhere around there. So I'm going to wait till I get better gear. That last one was pushing it a little bit for me, just using the bare level 50 gear. I have been expecting you. Time is of the essence, so I shall be direct. Yu-Hasi and his men are bound for Halatali. We believe that this is where they intend to carry out the execution. Hozan is presently keeping watch over the entrance. Let us make haste and join him. Flying in the rain, just flying in the rain. There we go. You come at a good time, my friends, but moments ago the traitor Ilberd arrived and entered Halatali. From this we may be certain that General Ralban is being held within. Awesome. Let's go break him out. Ooh, yeah, we'll get us a ring maybe. Aiming, healing, and casting. What's that going to do for us? Well, that's not going to be any better than our Ironworks ring. What about the other ring? Oh, I bought 2 Ironworks rings. That's right. To use up some of those seals that I'd been collecting. Yeah, I had close to 2,000 seals. I've gotten even more since I used them up too. I got some accessories for myself, minus the earring, since I've got that really good earring from a subscription. Yes, I'm all 130 on the accessory side now. Won't need accessories for at least a few tiers, it looks like. Alright, keeping the flame alive. There is no time to lose. General Alden may be executed at any moment. You must enter Halatali and free him from his captors. Please see to your preparations and tell me when you are ready to proceed. One of our own will accompany you inside. Awesome. And this will cap us at 53. We get cure at 54, so I don't think we'll have that available.
Pray, forgive me my lateness.
That's okay.
Lady Ugiri!
Master Alphinaud, I am pleased to see that the light of resolve shines in your eyes once more.
Ah, yes. How pathetic I must have seemed to you when we last met. I am ashamed to record it. For a time I was well and truly lost. But with the aid of my comrades, I have since refound my purpose, and I shall take care not to misplace it again.
Since your escape from Ulda, my fellow shinobi and I have shadowed the Crystal Braves every step, in hopes of learning the Scion's whereabouts. Regrettably, our investigation has yet to yield any useful information. Pray, forgive us.
You need not apologize, my lady. We are grateful for all that you have done on our behalf. Besides, Ralban is no less a friend, and we cannot well abandon him to his fate.
Hozan, the 3 of us shall attend to the Flame General's rescue. Pray, draw away the guards by the entrance. Take Dawade and Higiri with you.
I love the dramatic exits of ninjas.
With me!
Alright, well let's do it. Take the lead, and I shall follow close upon you. We got the archer back there. Draw them out.
Away with you!
Leave this to me.
Alright, General. Yep, we couldn't leave you alone, buddy. He is bound by some manner of magitech device, yet I dare not force it open. It may well be booby-trapped. I have heard of such devices. The Crystal Braves will possess the key. Let us split up and look for it. That will not be necessary. Pray, do not take it personally, my friends. You are the victims of harsh economic conditions. Happily, you will not suffer for long. This poison will convey you swiftly unto the bosom of Thal, where I hope to join you after the passing of many prosperous years. Yep, I'm trying to get it open there, Alphino. Hey, acerbic gem. Alright, let's get going. Yeah, we figured the Braves probably had the key there up on. I could have run up there. Let's see. There we go, more. Well, that's interesting. That other one didn't aggro along with that one. Ralbon's getting weak. Here's where the mist is coming out. Hang on, Alphino. Let's get this thing done here. Oh, well done. Take a short breather here, let Alphino get up a little bit more. So, Alphino, know any jokes? He's not recouping very fast. Oh, well. Let's see what happens. And what do we got in here? It's like a lancer. There's a conjurer. There's a handy dandy key. Identification key. Alright. Well, let's ramble on back to Ralbon then. See, he's at 82 and holding, it looks like. Okay, so Ralbon's not going to get to 100%, looks like. Alphino jump too. dynamite. Thanks. Slowly, General. You are yet weak from your ordeal. Nevertheless, we must quit this place. I should have known. What are clever contrivances to the warrior of light? Well done, hero. Ilbird. Yeah, that's what I said, Alphino. You mean to struggle on, then? Very well. If you would stand in my way, I will cut you down like all the rest. Come, Scions, let's get this over with. Alright, there's the exciting music. And let's see, there's a conjurer back there. Take out that archer too.
I have you now.
It is nothing.
I'm not finished yet.
So, yeah, you, Hazi. It'll be my pleasure to take you down, buddy. And Laurentius, you getting in trouble again. We gave you a second chance, but did you take advantage of it? No, you did not.
I'll tear you limb from limb.
I think you're about done here, unless you got some surprise move there.
This changes nothing.
It is over, Ilbird. Lay down your arms and surrender yourself to justice.
Justice? Justice for what exactly? 'Twas not I who assassinated the Sultana, boy.
Ere we debate who is responsible for the assassination, I would ask whether an assassination took place at all.
Oh, clever little shite. If you think you fight for justice, lass, you best wake up. The truth is, you fight for whoever bloody well tells you to. Can you not see you're being used by the Scions, the city-states, even the Crystal Braves? They none of them care a whit what you want, only what you can do for them. And how do I know this? Because I'm the same. A pawn to be used as my masters see fit. All I ever wanted was to liberate my homeland, and I ate dirt to make it happen. But what have I achieved after all these years in servitude? Nothing. Not a bloody thing. If we ourselves are not free, free to think and to act, how are we ever to reclaim our homeland? Know this. There is nothing I would not give to take back Alamigo. Nothing!
You'll not get away!
No, Master Alpha, no. Now is not the time.
Yeah, we got to get to the end of this expansion first.
I'm but a cripple and a fool. And still you came for me. I'm in your debt.
We are all of us fools of fate, General. But even fools have a part to play.
On your feet, gladiator. This fight is not over.
Rest assured, I was not planning to die till I'd avenged the Sultana. Still, your words are welcome, lass. Know this, Ilberd. There is nothing I would not give to see you pay for what you've done. My wealth, my arm, my life. Nothing.
General, are you aware that Lord Lolorito has yet to announce the Sultana's death to the public?
What? No. No, I was not aware of that, nor of anything else outside my cell. 'Tis passing strange, though. I assumed the bastard would make it known at the first opportunity, and set about tearing down the Sultanate.
As did we all. And it is indeed strange that he did not. Strange, or perhaps revealing. Now, I have no conclusive proof, nor do I wish to give you false hope, but I have reason to believe that Her Grace may yet live.
What? But how can that be?
Forgive me, friends, but it is not safe here. Let us continue this conversation without...
Awesome. All right. The general is safe. What news without? My lady, the guards have been subdued as per your command. We have since kept watch over the entrance. There has been no further activity. Then Ilberd and his minions have fled via some other egress. Scour the perimeter for signs of their passing. At once, my lady. Oh, they didn't do the dramatic. General Alden, I presume, and the Scions of the Seventh Dawn? Who are you? Identify yourself. Pray, do not be alarmed. My mistress is a friend, and I come bearing a message of goodwill. For your own safety, she bade me direct your steps to the Waking Sands. Know that Master Urianger awaits you there, along with others sympathetic to your cause. This is no ruse, I assure you. General Alden, if you will come with me, I have prepared a carriage that you may travel in comfort, safe from prying eyes. I have spoken with Urianger via Link Pearl. He confirms the man's story. Ralban is in safe hands. Let us make our own way to Vesper Bay. Sounds good. Let's use one of our handy-dandy Vesper Bay tickets. Man, that's so nice they added those into the story for us. Alright. What was this again? I know I've looked at this before. Oh, Amdapor, that's right. I'm not interested in that right now.
My dearest friends, praise be unto the 12 for delivering you from the clutches of treachery.
Father!
Pippin! My son! And Master Papashan besides!
Forgive me, Father. I should have been at Her Grace's side.
Save your tears. The Sultana yet lives.
Awesome. All right.
You!
It was I who arranged this gathering. And judging by your perplexed expressions, it would seem introductions are in order. I am Dulala, head of the Order of Noldthor, and member of the Syndicate.
What you said about the Sultana, is it true? Is she alive?
Young lady, I understand you were with the Sultana when she drank from the poisoned goblet and collapsed. Would I be correct in assuming that you did not personally verify Her Grace's vital signs?
That would be correct.
Why ask when 'tis plain you know the answer?
Calm yourself, General, and let me finish. The truth is not as you imagine it. You are all victims of a most ingenious ruse. A ruse conceived to eliminate the threat posed by Teleji Adeleji. 'Tis my
Gosh.
belief that Teleji
Oh,
plotted
man.
the Sultana's assassination alone, but that Lolorito caught wind of his plot and exploited it to his own ends. He sought to manipulate you into eliminating Teleji for him, and you duly obliged. At one fell swoop, he removed his two foremost rivals, all the while remaining above suspicion.
God strike me down for a fool. But the Sultana, how can it be that she lives?
She lives because Lolorito willed it. Her own lady-in-waiting is but one of his many little birds. By her sleight of hand, the poison was switched for a less deadly draught before it could reach her mistress's lips.
Some manner of sedative, perchance? Of a potency sufficient to induce a slumber like unto death.
Were I to guess, I would say Her Grace is being held somewhere, dreaming dreams of a brighter Uldar, even as we speak.
Oh, Nanamo. I will never forgive Lolorito for his part in this.
Though Lolorito's hands are far from clean, they did pluck Her Grace from the jaws of death. That must count for something. And though one may
I
call
don't
the
know.
man's methods into question, it cannot be denied that he knows the value of stability, to the very gill, like as not. He craves power, 'tis true, but he has no desire to depose the Sultana. I had never taken sides in your feud with the monetarists, but it was not for want of concern for our nation's welfare. Indeed, 'twas out of the desire to see order restored that I furnished your Far Eastern friends with information, and arranged this gathering. I hope you are ready to work, General, for there is much work to be done. Our first priority must be to bring matters back into balance. Lest you forget Her Grace's words, the true wealth of Uldar lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. As for the more worldly kind of wealth, I am content to let Lolorito help himself to whatever Teleji Adeleji left behind. You, meanwhile, must do that which you alone can do. Rescue Her Grace and take your place at her side once more, for her sake and that of our nation.
Right on. If you're just joining us, welcome. Glad to have you here. We're into Heavensward now. We just freed Ralban from the clutches of the, well, what remains of the Crystal Braves, I guess, who turned treacherous on us at the end of A Realm Reborn. I had not counted on Prioress Dulala herself appearing. In my defense, my suspicions regarding the Sultana proved more prescient. Much remains to be done, but in rescuing Ralban, we have taken a vital first step towards resolving matters in Ul'dah. We couldn't have done it without you, Anne. Thank you. Jailbreak. Tataru? Yes, General Ralban is now in safe hands. What? Another assault? Very well, we shall return at once. Pray, notify the Count of our coming. It would seem we face another crisis. The Dravanians are preparing to resume their siege of the Holy See. Though I am loath to abandon the Sultana to her fate, we lack the necessary evidence to act upon Dulala's claims. That being the case, I propose we leave Marshal Tarapin and the others to investigate and return with all haste to Ishgard. So how are y'all doing today? I hope everything's going all right with you. If you got any comments or suggestions, by all means drop them down in the chats. We're here to chat as well as play today. Ah, there you are. Sorry for cutting your reunion with General Ralban short. I wouldn't have bothered you, but the city's awash with rumors of another Dravanian attack, and Lord Horshaphant was desperate to get hold of you. Speaking of whom, he and the others are waiting for you inside, so you'd better head in. My friend, I thank you for answering our call with such alacrity. As I am sure you are now aware, the Dravanians are once more gathering for war. Mistress Adventurer, Master Levelier, I must apologize for this abrupt summons, but we thought it best to have Mistress Tataru contact you by the most direct means available. When the observatorium's bells toll, 'tis a warning that cannot be ignored. The Holy See has ordered that we make ready for battle. In case you haven't heard, a band of trappers returning from the west claim they saw a cloud of dragons big enough to dim the midday sky. Nidhogg's minions gather once more for war. But I would not have you take up arms in another of our conflicts. When first you came to Ishgard, I offered you my protection. If I cannot ensure your safety here, I cannot well accept your aid, much less ask for it. Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you are faced with a choice: to remain in a besieged Ishgard or seek sanctuary elsewhere. I would not presume to influence your decision, but I must ask that you make it swiftly, lest our enemies force your hand. Though we flee to the ends of the world, 'twould seem that no place in this troubled age is free of strife. Once more the horde descends upon Ishgard, and once more her weary defenders must take up spear and bow. The Count would have us seek shelter from this storm, but I, for one, grow tired of running. If we are to shine the light of dawn, we must do so in the sight of our fellow man, not hunkered in a hole. What say you, Anne? I would stay and fight. Then fight we shall. Let it never be said that we abandon our allies in their hour of need. The choice we make this day may have grave implications for our order. It is only right that Tataru should have a say. Come, let us all meet outside and discuss the path that lies before us.
Ishgard cannot well endure another assault. Even should her knights succeed in turning back the Horde, the casualties will be catastrophic.
But what other choice do we have? It's not like we can talk it over with them. Dragons and men aren't exactly on speaking terms.
With certain notable exceptions.
You don't mean Iceheart?
When last you spoke with her, she lamented her crimes, did she not? Then there remains a sliver of hope. If we can persuade Iceheart to act as our intermediary, we may yet be able to convince Nidhogg to abandon his bloody course.
If there is to be a meeting, I would accompany you.
Estinian.
Even with your intermediary, Nidhogg's blood rage may render him deaf to reason. However, the mere attempt may afford our forces precious time to prepare. Of course, you might also consider a more direct approach to ending this conflict. With the power of the Eye at my disposal, and the vaunted strength of the Warrior of Light, we could conceivably slay the beast outright.
If we are to risk a face-to-face meeting with the Dread Worm, I for one would feel safer in the company of the Azure Dragoon. However, I should only turn to your lance if my words failed to find their mark. Is that clear?
Perfectly. I shall assume that Iceheart enjoys similar diplomatic protection until instructed otherwise. A word of advice. Think carefully before divulging the particulars of this plan to Sir Emeric. 'Twould not do to have the Lord Commander accused of consorting with heretics.
Indeed. I thank you for your counsel, Estinian. We shall be honored to have you with us.
I am glad to be of service.
We have chosen a difficult road, yet even should we succeed in winning Iceheart to our cause, our plans for parley will swiftly come to naught should the Holy See decide to strike first against the Horde. We must petition the Lord Commander's aid ere we set forth. I only hope that Sir Emeric will be willing to muzzle Ishgard's forces on the strength of our vague assurances. Tataru, I would ask that you remain at Fort Tom Manor and inform the Count of our decision. Tell him that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn mean to do all in their power to ensure that Ishgard and her people survive. Yes, sir. Alright, let's go see our buddy Emeric. Hey, it's Firm Albert. You would speak with the Lord Commander? Pray, make it quick.
I want the defenses of the Outer Ward rechecked. See to it that the ballistas are in good repair and supplied with enough ammunition for a prolonged siege.
At once, my lord.
Ah, 'twould seem I have visitors. And unlike those messing beyond our walls, these ones are welcome.
Pray forgive us for interrupting you in the midst of your preparations, Sir Emmerich. But our suit concerns the impending assault. To speak plain, we believe there is a chance the invasion might be halted before it even begins. I can divulge little more at this time, but I must nevertheless request that you advise the Holy See to refrain from launching any preemptive sorties whilst we seek to put our plans in motion.
I will gladly lend my support to any endeavor that could spare the blood of my countrymen, but I would know more of the cause you would have me champion. Will you not share aught of this mysterious undertaking?
Know that I have offered my lance to aid in this endeavor. I cannot claim that its success is assured, but our actions should serve to delay Nidhogg's advance at the very least. Which is more than can be said for the ill-conceived counterattack advocated by the sea's more vocal crusaders. They offer glorious death, but little hope of victory.
Aye, their proposal does not inspire confidence. Our resources should rightly be spent shoring up the city's defenses. The Azure Dragoon and the Warrior of Light sallying forth together to face the dread worm Nidhogg. I must admit the mere thought of it does much to dispel my misgivings. Go then, carry out your plan. I shall do what I can for you within the Holy See.
Having secured Sir Emmerich's support, we may proceed without fear of a preemptive Ishgardian attack, which is not to say we can afford to dither. History tells us that the Dravanians will attack as soon as their horde reaches a critical size. Before that happens, we must needs track down and win over the Lady Iceheart, and then locate and parley with Nidhogg. In short, time is against us. If you are ready, Estinian, let us be about our task.
Such commotion.
Yes, Your Eminence. The bells of the Observatorium warn of our enemy's approach.
So, the dragons are coming. Let them come, in their hundreds and their thousands. With the divine blade in our hands, we shall rend their flesh and drown the heretics in their master's blood. Even Nidhogg and his foul brood shall be powerless to resist us. And when we have rid the world of their pestilence, we shall turn our attention to our Ascian allies. See that they are suitably rewarded for their invaluable assistance.
If I may, Your Eminence, the Paragons wield powers strange and unknowable. Can we be certain that they will not see through our deception?
We can be certain of naught save the righteousness of our cause. If you would be a true leader of men, you must possess conviction as well as caution.
We seek to excise the root of an evil that has blighted us for 1,000 years. The risk is worth the reward.
And what of Estinian and this Warrior of Light? They have plans of their own.
Leave them to their purpose. We must each play the role we have been given. You and your chosen brothers most of all.
For the glory of King Thordan.
Oh boy. Oh, I'm gonna get a wind-up Alphino for this one. Before we set forth, we must needs inform Tataru of our plans. Then I shall await you at St. Renet's Forum. Tell your friend we may be some time. The road you have chosen is neither short nor easy. Of that I need no reminding. Come, Anne, let us head back to Fortom Manor. I think I need to unlock Leaves of Ishgard, maybe. Let's run over there real quick. I cannot remember if I got unlocked hunts over in the starting cities or not. So I should be able to get hunts unlocked for this area too. Beg your pardon, but are you Mistress Adventurer, I presume? Yeah, that's me. Just the woman I was hoping to see. It so happens I have a proposition for you. You see, in accordance with the Lord Commander's orders, we have established a new system similar to the one administered by the Adventurers Guilds of Eorzea. We are to document the petitions of the people and distribute them to motivated individuals like yourself. Were you to assist us with these leaves, madam, we would be most grateful, and we would compensate you accordingly. And we'll unlock this one here as well, which will give us collectibles. Yeah. You're a carpenter, yes? Aye, I thought so. I pride myself on having an eye for talent in you, miss. Have it in abundance. Don't suppose you've heard of this new collectibles fad, have you? No? Oh, we've got to do something about that then. Here, take this letter to Liderlona in Revenant's Toll. She'll take care of the rest. What did I change? Not sure. Anyways, let's see now. Nope, didn't unlock hunts over there. We may not have gotten our hunts unlocked. Well, we may do that later. Let's go over to Revenant's Toll real quick before we forget about this. Greetings, miss. How may I assist you this day? I have a letter addressed to you. Very well. It would be my pleasure to enlighten you. As you are doubtless aware, there are wealthy individuals who covet certain items, but who would rather pay others to procure them. Rowena's House of Splendors is glad to receive the custom of such individuals. To supply these collectibles, we turn to men and women such as you who possess the talents to craft or procure them. Compensation will be commensurate to the collectability of items provided and paid in scrips, which can be exchanged for all manner of fine wares. You may sell these items to the house at any of our branch offices, including those in Limsa Lominsa, Dravania, and Ul'dah. Please be advised that these terms are not negotiable, miss. We appreciate you understanding. All right. We can now do collectibles. What's this one here? That's level 55. We'll wait till we get our crafters and gatherers up there. Now, let's head back to Ul'dah for a moment. Yeah, looks like I may not have gotten the hunts unlocked here. Let's see. Let the hunt begin. Here we go. Ah, sound the horns, for the hunt begins. Quickly now, lend me your ears. The Eorzean Alliance has finally agreed to put a bounty on the worst of the lawless. About time. I mean, the creatures and men that gum up the works like errant grains of sand, they're to be marked for extermination, praise the traders, and such rewards as befit the task paid out. They call it the hunt, a prosaic sort of name if you ask me. Wonderful to see the Alliance come together for such free market initiatives. I might say that cooperation on this point hardly makes a lie of the competition in less fecund areas. If there is enough to share, we share. If not, then it's survival of the fittest. But I forget myself. It is the hunt that requires your services, not the never-ending bickering of nations. And perhaps you need the hunt as well. The work is no sinecure, but the rewards are rich. Speak with the hunt billmaster if you would hear more. And indeed I shall. What do you want? Ah, the hunt. Do excuse my churlishness. I have my reasons. But let's get on with it, shall we? The hunt board. It's a board. Not much more to say beyond that. It's for posting bills. They are for the marks to be hunted, one bill for each merchandise. Excuse me, black-hearted villain. You'll notice there are two kinds of bills. There's the regular kind for regular wares, regular blackguards, and an elite mark bill for something a bit more special, stronger, more murderous, and so forth. Before you take one of these on, you may want to consult a hunter scholar. That's a veteran of the hunt who knows the Raimdil Codex by heart. The rest is straightforward. Kill the mark and claim your reward and allied seals. These I will accept in exchange for exclusive wares. Do note that I do not only deal in seals, I am also the resident expert in the hunt, and it would be well for you to remember whom to come crying to. I do hope that you'll not disappoint. After all, this is for coin and country. Well, that's more than enough of that, thank you very much. Alright, we'll go ahead and grab some hunts here. And get the elite one for White Joker. Alright. If we run across him, we'll go do him. Now back to Ishgard. Now let's see if we've unlocked hunts over there. Should have, I believe. Yep, there it is. Let the clan hunt begin. It's a good side project to work on while you're waiting for queues. Go around knocking out the hunt marks and everything, and use the seals for later. Get some goodies. Well, 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 what have we here? You look like you've seen a scrap or two. The name's Etienne, and I'm a proud member of Clan Centurio, the toughest band of warriors this side of the steppes. You'll have heard of the hunt, right? The Grand Companies run it in the rest of Eorzea, but up here, it's the clan's concern. We follow the same system, but we're free to pick our own marks. Reckon you've got the speed, the strength, and the heart to take down some of the most ferocious fiends this side of the Seventh Hell? If you think you're up to the challenge, head downstairs and have a word with Ardelane. He'll fill you in on the details. Good evening to you, young lady. How can I be of service? Well, you see, I'd like to learn about Clan Centurial. Oh, so you fancy trying your hand at the hunt, do you? Well, if Etienne reckons you're up to it, it isn't for an old man like me to say elsewise. Me and him are members of Clan Centurio, a ragtag band of glory hunters, mercenaries, and has-beens brought together by Sir Lodasta. Those names. One of Ishgard's most noble of nobles. Whenever a monster grows too big for its boots, we're the ones who risk our necks to take it down. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. As long as you can wield a weapon and you don't fear death, you'll always be welcome in the clan. Take me, for instance. I was born 1,000 miles from here, but now I'm the one showing the new recruits the ropes. So, how about it, young lady? Will you be joining us in the hunt? If the fame and glory is not enough for you, perhaps the rich rewards of an offer might change your mind. Then welcome to the clan. What was your name again? Anne, is it? All right. Then I'll put your name in the book. Now, I suppose you'll be wanting to take a look at some of our marks. Head up those stairs and out the door. The clan hunt board is on the wall outside, round to the left. You better stick to the level 1 marks for the nonce. No point running before you can walk. All right. Alright, clan hunts now available, access to level 1. Oh, and let's see. Yeah, level 56. Yep, because we're already 56. Better bill hunting. Yeah, let's do that. So you're Anne, are you? I can see why that old rogue Etienne signed you up. You've got the fire of a born hunter burning in your eyes. I'll wager those level 1 marks don't offer much of a challenge to a burly girl like you. You'll be wanting to spice things up a little, am I right? Then what are you waiting for? Head down to Ardelane and tell him you're ready for more. All right. Oh, so Eustacia reckons you're ready to move on to bigger and better things, does she? If that girl had her way, we'd be throwing babes in the river to sort out the swimmers from the sinkers. Still, she might be onto something this time. Alright, I'll give you a chance, but level 2 marks ain't nothing to be sniffed at, understand? Let your guard down even for an instant, and they'll hand your posterior to you on a platter. Take a look at the clan hunt board and you'll see what kind of beasts I'm talking about. And now we're ready for rank 2 or level 2 marks. And that's as high as we can go for now. Yep. Alright, so let's grab them. Grab what's available. And if we see any marks out there while we're adventuring around, we'll consider taking them down as well. Get us some seals and maybe buy us some goodies later on. Alright, let's return to Fort Tom Manor. Our course is set, Tataru. It may be some time before Anne and I return to Ishgard. Yeah, you see, it's like this. Well, just you be careful, all right? Oh, and don't worry about me. I'll be busy listening out for news of our lost friends. If anyone can find them, it is you, Tataru. Farewell for now. Oh, before you go, you must put this on, Alphino. I made it specially. No, I couldn't possibly. Very well. Oh, finally, some warmer clothes for this weather. It's about time, Alphino. By the 12, it fits perfectly, and the quality is actually rather good. I'm glad you like it. I've been practicing my needlework while I listen to rumors and the like. The good receptionist is always learning new skills. My thanks, Tataru. Whatever else awaits me upon the road, I shall not fear the cold. 'Twas the least I could do. Now, I must be getting back to the tavern, or I'll never catch up with all the gossip. Best of luck on your journey. Let's see, Estinian, where are you going to be? Over by Sky Steel Manufactory, it looks like. You have said your farewells, then? Aye, we are ready to depart. I suggest we begin our search for Lady Iceheart without delay. Very well, but she will prove an elusive quarry. Where do you intend to start looking? In the absence of any fresh intelligence on Isael's movements, I propose we pick up the trail where she was encountered last, the Kurthus Western Highlands. Let us speak with Sir Redwold, was it? As the commander of Falcon's Nest, it is like that he will know if any heretic activity has been reported in the area. Alright, so let's see, it's probably cheaper just to get the chocobo over down here to go to Falcon's Nest. There it is, 5 gil. Oh really? Why am I flying from there? Well, that's strange. We should just have to go like back up through the south there. Oh well, whatever. Well, Mistress Adventurer, what business brings you back to Falcon's Nest? Judging by the company you keep, it can be no trifling matter. The Azure Dragoon I know, of course, but I do not believe I have met this young gentleman. Alphino Levelier at your service. And you are not mistaken as to the gravity of our mission, Sir Redwold. As I'm sure you are aware, the Observatorium has warned that the Dravanians gather for another assault. We believe there may yet be a way to avert the coming conflict, but only if we can find the elusive Lady Iceheart. Thus have we come to Falcon's Nest in the hope of acquiring the latest intelligence on the heretics' movements. I see. Then you would be best served by speaking directly to my men. A patrol is due to return from its sweep of the surrounding lands at any moment. You may also wish to question the knights assigned to pick over the remains of the heretic refuge at Gorgain Mills. 'Tis possible they have unearthed information that could be of use to you. Mistress Adventurer knows well the place I speak of, for it was she who first discovered it. Let us divide our forces then. I will stay and await the return of the patrol while the two of you visit this refuge. When I have completed my inquiries, I will join you there. A wise use of our time. Come, Anne. I am eager to learn what Sir Redwold's men have found in the heretic's lair. All right. And we'll have to remember to look for ether currents. Let's get... There we go. 212 to the north. And it looks like there's a quest down here. Yeah, that's an ether current quest. Do you have a moment to talk? A short while ago, one of the workers from House Zamile asked me to go and deal with some Mylodons that have been causing trouble. The Black Iron Bridge barely survived the calamity. It's in desperate need of repairs, but the upland Mylodons roam far too close to it. The craftsmen can't work safely. Someone needs to kill them. The Mylodons, that is, not the craftsmen. Ha 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 ha. I'd asked the Dragoons to do it, but they're so busy, it'd be weeks before they found the time. I'd do it myself, but there are so many of the beasts that I fear I'd be swarmed and outnumbered. You're a capable woman. Would you be so kind as to thin them out somewhat? If you were to kill, say, 3 of them, I think I'd be able to finish off the rest myself. All right. And then we're heading down towards Orgain. Yep. There's our first ether current. Next one is, oh yeah, far away from this location anyways. Oh, there's the bridge. I'm a big fan of this expansion. I like it a lot. Realm Reborn was interesting. It just seemed kind of tedious there towards the end. To me personally. I mean, the ending was exciting, of course, but just to get there. Alright, here's some Mylodons. Oh, I need to get my bird out here too. Bosom buddies. He hasn't leveled up again, has he? No. I put embolden down there, didn't I? All right. Yeah, let's see. We can turn that one in later, I guess. Not very critical right now. And another ether current there. And from here, let's see, 910 to the southwest. Mistress Adventurer, our findings, you say? Well, there is something of a tale there. No sooner had we chanced upon a promising-looking sheaf of letters than we were ambushed from the shadows by great white beasts. 'Twould seem the heretics foresaw our coming and left behind their pets to discourage further investigation. Several of our number were badly wounded. And you cannot carry out your duties until the creatures are slain. We have not the time to wait for reinforcements. Let us deal with these pets ourselves, Anne. Sounds like a plan, Alphino. There, looks like you've done one already. Alright, let's see here. Don't just stand there looking at your prize, Alphino. The beasts are slain, then? My thanks, Mistress Adventurer. We may return to our duties without fear of a mauling. You wish to track down Lady Iceheart, is this not so? The records we discovered ere those beasts mauled my comrades appeared to be some manner of correspondence. We had not the luxury of perusing their contents more closely, intent as we were on surviving an onslaught of fang and claw, but I'd wager those epistles contain more than friendly salutations betwixt lonely heretics. My interrogation of the patrol proved fruitless. Either we divine some clue from these letters, or we wander the snowfields and pray that the gods lead us right to Iceheart's door. 'Tis hardly a choice at all. Alright, so let's collect some epistles then. One, we need 3. 2 and 3 over here. Have you recovered much of the heretic's correspondence? Yes, I have. Splendid. Added to the contributions from Master Levlieur and Sir Estinian, we now have more than a dozen letters. What have we here then? Every one of these pages is a record of the dealings betwixt the Gorgain Mills heretics and their fellows in the Ak-Af amphitheater. There are requests for foodstuffs, clothing, and all manner of provisions. Iceheart's followers must yet inhabit the ruins we had thought abandoned. And I'm level 60 now, already. Okay, well, that's fine. Sounding out the amphitheater. The Afa Amphitheater, the very place where you witnessed the manifestation of the primal Shiva, was it not? If that is our destination, the journey will be long indeed. The amphitheater lies on the other side of a treacherous tract of ice and snow that cannot swiftly be crossed. Then we must place our faith in the Ethernet. As you may recall, our dear friend Moonbreda succeeded in recreating the Ak-Afa beacon after it had been destroyed by Lady Iceheart. At the time, it was assumed that the resultant aetherite would only be temporarily viable, but given that the heretics of Gorgain Mills seem to have been in regular contact with their brethren at the amphitheater, I'll wager it still functions. I suggest we make for the aetherite within Snowcloak without delay. Correct me if I am wrong, Estinian, but in the course of mapping the Snowcloak tunnel system, a passage was discovered leading out into the Western Highlands, was it not? Might it be possible for us to reach the aetherite from this side of the wall? It should. House Durandare posted soldiers at the Western Highlands entrance after the tunnels were cleared, but they will not deny us entry. Sounds good. And thank you for joining us today. How are you doing? I hope everything's okay. What's going on with you? Let's see, what's down here? Anything right there? Just a sprite. Alright, Geronimo. Ouch. Anything else down here? Looks okay. Can't we sneak? Aha, glowing event point. Whoops. Alright, well, that's fine. Ah, the guests of House Fortam, accompanied by the Azure Dragoon, no less. I cannot imagine what brought you out this far, but you are welcome to enter the tunnels if that is your will. Oh, and by the way, thanks for just standing there, Estinian and Alphino, while I was fighting that thing. Assuming the Ak-Afa beacon still functions, and we must pray to the 12 it does, we shall arrive at our destination in mere moments. Though I do not expect to be greeted by the primal Shiva, we should nevertheless be prepared for a frosty reception. The heretics are not like to rejoice at the appearance of uninvited guests, particularly ones with our history. Understood. Capped at 53. Still don't have our Vercure available for this one. An impressive structure. I wonder how many ages it has endured. Mayhap you should ask its occupants. They seem a friendly bunch. Dogs of Ishgard, is it not enough that you banish our beloved saint? Will you not be satisfied until the ice is slick with the last drops of our blood? Stay your weapons. We come under the flag of parley. We wish only to speak with your mistress that we might broker a peace. Do you think us fools, boy? It will take more than honeyed words to earn our trust. You walk with the Dragon Slayer, and we know all too well what he is capable of. My reputation precedes me. They give us little choice. Come, brothers, may dragon wings bear us to victory. All right, let's see.
God is down.
Get him off Alpha. No, you're just going to stand in the orange? Come on. We got anybody curing? Not sure. Wild-eyed mage looks like a thaumaturge. He grew into a big boy. Behold the true power. $12 for Fend. Not what I meant to do.
Release!
that infirmity on me. You are a one-trick pony, man. All right. Finish that one. They fight like demons. 'Tis death to remain. Fall back, brothers. Retreat to the cinders. I see no sign of Lady Iceheart. Would that we could have questioned one of them. What would you ask that we do not already know? They make for the cinders, and so must we. Even should an ambush await us, 'tis certain there will be more heretics to question. The cinders, you say? I confess the name is unknown to me. Mayhap you would be so good as to enlighten us, Estinian. I suspect it is the heretic's way of referring to the Dreaming Dragon, an island of sorts found in the midst of the frozen lake of Ashpool. Some 500 years past, 'tis told that the Azure Dragoon of the age fought a dragon of titanic proportions. After a savage struggle, the mighty creature was weakened unto the point of death, and forced into a magic slumber by an entire chapter of the Holy Sea's sorcerers. Ere long, a rain of ash and cinders did begin to fall upon the sleeping serpent's motionless form, covering the creature at length in a shroud of gray. Of course, a thick layer of ice has since formed on top of it, but you may be sure I speak true. A fascinating tale. We should make haste to this Ashen Isle. The Dreaming Dragon lies far to the west. Before we approach the Frozen Beast, however, there is another place I would visit first. I am told the convictors have set up camp in Twin Pools. Their leader, Jantalo, may have information of use to us. Ah, but mayhap you are not familiar with that name either. The convictors are dragon slayers, after a fashion, but I am willing to wager that they encounter their fair share of heretics. If we are indeed walking into a trap, I would learn all there is to know of our foe. A sound suggestion. Let us speak with these convictors then, and temper our haste with a measure of caution. And let's see, we are not near any ether currents. Whoa. Oh, I need those archy harnesses. Let's see, would that be worth taking out a few of them for fate points, maybe? Let's try it. What the heck? It's level sync. Need those for the hunt, it looks like. And I need 2 more. We get 3 Centurio seals for that. Whoops. Alright. And we'll unsync there. Tag the chocobo keep so we can just... Oh, there's that ether current down there. That's nice. They, at least for these earlier expansions, they put the needed ether currents right near our quest points. Or story quest points anyways. Looks like. Alright, Jantalo. Well, well, what do we have here? Hoping to join the esteemed ranks of the Convictors, are we? The hard-eyed lass looks promising, but you have a frail look about you, boy. I give you 3 days ere the wilds claim your corpse. I beg your pardon? Be not so quick to judge. I have seen this frail you fell heretics with a flick of his wrist. And who are you to question my... By the Fury! That armor, that lance! The Azure Dragoon himself graces our camp. Pray, forgive my disrespect, sir. I am Jantalo, leader of the Convictors and fellow slayer of dragons. May I ask what winds, fair warfowl, carry you into our humble camp? Well, you see, it's like this. Ah, Lady Iceheart, is it? I know her by reputation, but I'm afraid I've seen naught of her or her people. That said, my own men can be somewhat lax when it comes to making reports. You may wish to question them yourselves. Thank you, we shall. Anne, Estinian, let us make our way through the camp and see what information there is to be had. Alright, and a plethora of quests here. Let's see. Yep, there's an Ether Current quest. I remember you. How could I forget? You're the last who was in the Azure Dragoon's company. Well, yeah, it was only been about 10 seconds ago. Since you are here anyway, perhaps you might like to try your hand at a spot of hunting before you depart. See for yourself what life is like for us Convictors. The Dravanian horde is stronger than you might expect. Unless you've been at it for years, like I have, I think it prudent to start with something simple and then work your way up to dragons. I suggest rooms. Slay 3 of those, then come back here. Consider it a warm-up. Alright. And another one. Cowards, all of you. Have you no shame at all? Oh, I beg you... Wait, are you not Mistress Adventurer? Honored ward of House Fortom? Praise Halone, surely you will consider my request. Know you the Dusk Vigil, westernmost of the Citadel watchtowers built to warn of the Horde's approach? 'Twas lost following the calamity, another victim of the snows. Within the ruins lies a priceless treasure which must needs be reclaimed. I thought to enlist the services of these so-called dragon slayers, but it seems their courage is not as boundless as they would have you believe. But you, madam, you are not one to shy away from danger, am I right? Very good indeed. There is a sculpture of the Fury within the Dusk Vigil's chapel. An ice rondel is set in its helm. I would have you prize it free and deliver it to me. The Vigil is not difficult to find. Simply head north towards Banepool until you come to the gates. Knights may bar your passage, but should you explain who you are, they will grant you leave to enter. Surely one of these people will have encountered heretics while out hunting. Pray, speak with as many as you can, Anne. I shall. Nay, I know of no heretics. Do you honestly expect me to keep track of every Raitmo, Vermont, and Bertanon that wanders in and out of camp? Are there any heretics in the area? I have not the faintest idea. Why, a heretic could pass under my very nose and I should be none the wiser. I hunt dragons, my dear lady, the big ones. Forever do I scan the skies for signs of my prey. I care not for the miserable creatures that scurry upon the ground. Looking for heretics, you say? Why don't you go and bother Purike or someone? I have enough trouble keeping these preening fops fed and clothed as it is. 'Tis no business of mine what folk do with themselves out there in the wilds. Something I can help you with, my lady? Heretics, is it? Well, I've never seen one myself, but that ain't to say I haven't heard a thing or two. We would be grateful for any information you can share with us. The gods know we've gleaned precious little from talking to the rest of these people. If it please, my lord, I'm Purike, a soldier by trade, though not much of one if I'm honest. It weren't for the love of stabbing folk that I took up the spear, see? No, it was by order of Sir Jantelo's father. Still, as long as they keep paying me wages, I ain't fussy as to what they have me do. Not everyone's as patient as me, though. Plenty of lowborn lads who get pressed into service start grumbling before they've seen their second battle. And once they've got to thinking how unfair it all is, it don't take much for the heretics to turn their heads. From what I hear, the simple promise of freedom tends to do it. That may explain how Lady Iceheart was able to expand her following so swiftly. Sad to say, some mates of mine gobbled down the heretics' tripe and asked for seconds. Told me they were off to the Western Highlands to light a signal fire. That's how you let the heretics know you're serious about joining their ranks, apparently. Send up some purple smoke and the bastards come to you. Is that so? Why then, I am minded to start a fire. Oh, there's another one. Yes. Want to help out, do you? Well, there's plenty that needs doing, and killing besides. I'm sure you've noticed that dragons aren't the only thing we have to contend with out here. Take the polar bears, for example. They come here looking for an easy meal, drawn by the smell of our cook fires, and then raid our stores. Think you could thin their numbers a little? Killing 4 or so of them should suffice. You'll be compensated for your troubles, of course. Sounds like a plan. And that'll get us another ether current. If we are to lure our foes to our position, then we must find a means of producing a signal of purple hue. As it so happens, I once heard the tale of a trapper who dropped the hide of a woolly yak onto his campfire. Aside from the terrible stench, the story also described in detail how the smoke from the smothered flames was tinged a deep violet. You are a monster hunter of some note, are you not, Anne? It should prove a trifling task for you to procure a number of hides. We may need to burn more than one ere the heretics notice our beacon. Master Alphino, you and I shall gather wood for the fire. Aye, it will take the both of us to find enough dry fuel in this frozen wasteland. Let us meet again at the Dreaming Dragon with the fruits of our labor. Sounds good. Alright, let's see here. And we've got to take out some baddies here. I need to do what? 4 polar bears? Right, that one's done. Well, well, you're certainly more reliable than any lordling I've ever met. They've only got eyes for dragons, even though I tell them time and again that if no one sees to those bears, there'll be nary a scrap to eat. But do they listen? Huh. I dare say everyone around here could stand to be a little more like you. Well, I said you'd be compensated, and I'm true to my word. I trust you'll consider this fair remuneration for your efforts. Yeah, let's see, pick something. Oh, perception and GP, no. Piety, vitality, determination. Alright, so there's another ether current. Ether current says... Alright, yeah, we've just got to get one more that's somewhere in the zone and finish off the 4 quests we've got open, I believe. Yep. Got experience and a little bit of Grand Company seals when that quest finished. I mean, that fate finished over there. Alright, let's see. What's next here? Some rooms. Right. Just need 3 of those. Got that one done. Slain those rooms already, have you? How did you find them? Did they put up much of a fight? Good work, lass. Clearly the Azure Dragoon doesn't travel with mere amateurs. It sounds like those rooms barely put up enough of a fight to be considered a proper warm-up. You clearly know what you're doing. If you want to try your hand at hunting down some dragons, speak with me again sometime. Yak. Alright. And then let's go down here. What's this? A ward of House Fortam wishes to enter the Dusk Vigil. You are aware that the ruins are infested with wild beasts and gods only know what else, are you not? Why, just the other day, one of the convictors claimed to have seen a massive winged beast. Not a dragon, mind, but something altogether different. But far be it from me to deny an esteemed personage the opportunity to kill herself in new and exciting ways. Pray go on ahead. Alright, another dungeon unlocked here. And that is only a regular duty. Can't use the duty support for that one. Well, let's go ahead and queue for that. See if we can get into that one while we run around and do some other stuff here. see, we gotta get up here, I guess. Go up the slope. Ash pool. There's the ether current. You sneak in there and get it. And let's see. Sure enough, that's the last of the ether currents. We just got to finish off the quests now. It would seem that collecting firewood is a new experience for Master Alphino. His must have been a privileged upbringing. Have you the hides we need? Yes, I do. Right here, buddy.
Ah, I should have known it would be you. Word reached me of a struggle with a small but well-armed band of trespassers. Forgive my comrades their hostility. Few come here uninvited, and fewer still with good intent. Now, tell me why you are here.
We wish to stop Nidhogg's attack on Ishgard.
So, you seek to stem the Dravanian tide with talk? A romantic notion. If you but knew the truth, the spark which lit the flames of this animosity, you would understand the futility of your quest. Shall I relate it to you? The sordid history my gift has shown me, that which the Holy See has taken such pains to suppress. 'Twas more than a millennium past when an Elezen tribe first sought to claim the lands of Kurthas as its home. Unfortunately for them, Kurthas was already home to dragonkind, and they were not inclined to make way for the invaders. Thus did a bloody war begin, a war which might well have rumbled on until one or the other side was exterminated, had it not been for the resolve of a single woman. That woman's name was Shiva. While those around her fought and died, she attempted to parley with the dragons, and in so doing discovered them to be possessed of profound intelligence and reason. The great worm Heavensward in particular so enchanted Shiva that she found herself growing to love the creature, whom her people considered a monster. In the eyes of a near-immortal dragon, however, the fleeting life of an Elezen is as that of a freshly cut rose. Scarce has the flower bloomed before it begins to fade and wither. Such melancholy musings plagued Heavensward, who had found in Shiva an unexpected and beloved soulmate. Unable to bear the thought of their separation, the maid bid the worm consume her, that their spirits might be entwined for eternity. Though loath to perform the deed, Heavensward ultimately gave in to her plea, and soon thereafter the tale of their ill-fated love spread throughout the two warring factions. No more could they raise blade or claw against one another, knowing that the souls of their kin were so inextricably bound. In the days that followed, man and dragon learned to live in harmony, and together built a nation unlike any the world had ever known. For 200 years did this blissful age of peace continue, as it would to this day, had vilest envy not stirred in the hearts of the Elezen. It is said that worms owe their longevity to the boundless reserves of vitality found within their eyes. And 'twas in this belief that a traitorous band of knights deceived their allies of some 2 centuries, and took by force that which they coveted. Nidhogg, he who now stands poised to unleash his wormlings upon Ishgard, was the great dragon who lost an eye to Elezen treachery. And until he prizes it from the hands of the traitor's progeny, no amount of conciliatory words will stay his fury.
You are wrong, Lady Iceheart. Lest you misunderstand, I do not doubt your vision of the past. 'Tis true that Nidhogg greatly desired to reclaim the Eye. Indeed, it was for that very reason that I kept it with me as I roamed the land, attempting to draw him away from the city.
Good gods!
Until recently, Nidhogg seemed unable to resist its allure and pursued me relentlessly. Needless to say, that is no longer the case. Now, it would seem, he has fixed his attention on Ishgard itself, though he knows full well the Eye does not reside there.
You believe he targets the capital for another reason?
I believe reason has all but left him. Through the Eye, I feel much of what Nidhogg feels, and the dragon's thirst for vengeance will not be quenched by aught less than a sea of blood.
If Nidhogg is indeed lost to reason, might we not seek an audience with Hraesvelgr instead? He has thus far shown no inclination to aid in the invasion of Ishgard, and may yet welcome our efforts to broker a peace.
You still believe that a peaceable solution can be found? Very well. I will take you to him. Our road will lead us to Dravania, the homeland of dragonkind. There we shall ascend unto the clouds, where Hraesvelgr resides.
There goes our... Commence that. We'll interrupt there and do our... And we'll come back and skip through to the point where we left off there. Looks like we may be getting some wall-to-wall pulling here. There we go. Like maybe a new tank here. That's okay. Tank struggling. They're doing better than I'm probably doing because I just not have a. I'm not able to play tank very well. I was wondering why those Thunders and Arrows looked a little slow. I was using the single target versions. Oh, well. Ow. Alright, guys, come on. See how we do on this last bunch. Alrighty then. kind of forgetting how this one works here. Get around there in time. Free fall. Winter. Ouch. Can't get over there in time. Yeah, didn't think so. Can just get around. Oh, this is bullshit. Oh, man. Take him out. Got him. Oh, and my spirit bond completed with some ironworks gear too. They must have been a group, went in there together, I'm thinking. Alright, so anyways, let's go ahead and finish him. Yeah, let's skip back to where we were on that one.
Ah. Word now. So, if you but... Shall I relate it?
Where our adventurer was starting to have a vision. Some story about the...
'Twas more than a millennium, unfortunately for them. While those around her, in the eyes, such unable to bear the... Though loath to... In the days, it is said... Nidhogg. And until he prizes...
You are... Lest you miss... Indeed.
Nidhogg just wants his eye back, but there was some treachery from the Ishgardians against the dragons.
God. Until recent...
It's not always as cut and dried as one side might have you believe.
I believe reason...
If Nidhogg is indeed... He has thus far...
Go to Hraesvelgr and try him instead, or her, him, I guess.
Our road will lead us to Dravania, the homeland of dragonkind. There we shall ascend unto the clouds, where Hraesvelga resides.
Nice. Got one of our crystals back.
Is autumn mist, my friend?
I got a crystal.
I sense the many battles are beginning to take their toll. Rest a while. And should you lose sight of us, Dravania lies beyond the mountains to the west.
Curious. The vestiges of thy mistress's blessing are not as faint as once they were. Thy will to succeed grants thee unusual fortitude. But will it be enough?
And let's see. We gotta deliver some goodies here so we can get the rest of our ether currents. You are Anne, yes? Pray address me as Isael if you wish. 'Tis passing strange, is it not, that fate should bring us together thus? Never did I think to walk alongside the warrior of light. But history is full of such unexpected alliances. Shall we make our way into Dravania then? The chill of the western highlands is unrelenting, and I would sooner be under the sheltering canopy of the Chocobo forest. Alright, so now we'll head back to Falcon's Nest. Turn in that quest. You've already killed 3 of them? Thank you ever so much. You're not injured, are you? Here, please take this. It's your cut of the fee for the work. Incidentally, did you happen to see the farm on the far side of the bridge? Those Mylodons have made it difficult to access that area, and the bridge has been left to fall apart. After we repair the bridge, one day we might be able to rebuild that farm. And now we'll make use of this flying chocobo up here. Get back to the Convictory so we can turn in that last one. If you're just joining us, welcome. Glad to have you here. We just finished our first dungeon of Heavensward. It was the Dusk Vigil, which is helping us unlock flying in this zone. We get an ether current as a reward for it here. How are you doing today? Drop us a comment down in the comments section. We'd love to hear from you. We're here to chat and play at the same time. Do you have it, Mistress Adventurer? Here it is, the Ice Rondel. Yes, there's no mistaking it. At last, it is ours once more. My parents presented this sapphire to me on my wedding day, as my wife and I presented it to Helmeric on his. One day, they would do the same for their son. But for that disgrace of an inquisitor, suspicion of heresy, what rot. He knew what he wanted from the start. By the time I secured her release, they had interrogated her for days. She was a shadow of her former self. But the final insult, the final twisting of the knife, was when my son took command at the Dusk Vigil and found the Ice Rondel to be the centerpiece of the newly commissioned sculpture of the Fury. He couldn't prove it was the self-same one which had vanished, but, oh, he knew. But no more, no more. It is back with the family where it belongs. It is admittedly hollow comfort, yet in my waning years I must accept what little that can be had. There we go. Now we're able to fly in this zone. Hop aboard our chocobo and take to the skies now again. So we need to head to Dravania. Let's see, let's put ourselves on autopilot there and take a look at the map. Yeah. There it is. There's the exit to Dravanian Forelands.
Beyond Abalathia's spine, the great mountain range that spans the continent of Aldenard from east to west. Into the deepening shadows of Som-Al, where lies the ancient home of dragonkind. To a land where the soil slithers and the skies seethe with sinuous shapes, they came.
Oh, there's the ether current dead ahead, too. We now stand on the threshold of Dravania. The path to Som-Al will take us far to the west, beyond the embrace of the forest's branches. It will be a long and demanding journey. Might I suggest that we take our rest at the village up ahead and see that we are properly provisioned? There is a village here, but I thought these lands the sole domain of dragonkind. Why would anyone choose to live in so perilous a place? The wild chocobos. Tailfeather was built by hunters who make their living capturing and selling the beasts. Their leader, Marsasham, is an acquaintance of mine. Being a gregarious sort, he will no doubt welcome our arrival, and he will also possess more recent knowledge of the road we seek to travel. I trust there are no objections? Only to this ceaseless chatter. If we are to meet this acquaintance of yours, let us do it before Ishgard burns. Okay, Cranky. The next one is to the northwest somewhere, so not too far away. Oh, I forgot. I've got some gear that can be extracted, I think. I thought it's what it said. Let's see. No, what am I missing? Oh, Spirit Bond, 100% on that. Right. Extract materia. There we go. Extract on that. The body piece. I guess the body and leg pieces. Oh, the gloves are good too. And that one does not. Alright, so we got some more material we can either use or sell there. Oh, and you know what? I will go ahead and mend everything while I'm thinking about it. Well, tan my hide and call me Leatherface. We have visitors. Oh, and if it ain't the lovely Ysayle. It's been too long, girl. That it has, Marceshan. That it has. My companions and I are on a pilgrimage to Somal. Might we stay in Tailfeather a while and prepare for the next leg of our journey? Of course. Stay as long as you like. In fact, I wouldn't suggest leaving the forest at all. The dragons have been absolutely bleeding murderous of late. Forgive me, sir, but I am not sure I understand. Do the dragons not bother you here in the forest? Bother us? Did Ysayle not explain things to you, boy? You've seen them towering Calum trees all about, haven't you? If you were flying above the canopy, you'd barely be able to see the ground. And as you'd expect, the local wildlife's canny enough to stay hidden beneath the leaves, which is why the dragons do their hunting elsewhere, and we can do ours in peace. I see. Thank you for the explanation. You're welcome. Now, I know it won't stop Ysayle here, but dragons ain't the only things you'll need to keep an eye out for, especially if you're set on heading west. Okay, we've got two of them here. I dare say you're wondering what could possibly be worse than dragons, eh? Well, I'll tell you, the bloody Nath. They're what you might get if you crossed an antling with a megalocrab and taught the thing how to walk on two legs. They never used to stray far from their hives out of fear of the dragons, but they've gotten a lot more aggressive of late, sending out war parties from alms in all directions. They've even taken to harassing the Dravanians in their own lairs, if you can believe that. And when they venture into the forest, which is more and more, by the way, they certainly ain't afraid to come after my lot. I can only imagine how much worse it'd be closer to the Nath's home territory. Oh yeah, and this'll get us an ether current. I see you've been making the rounds, getting to know the hunters in these parts. Well, how'd you like to help a real hunter? I'm overseeing 3 camps set up to the east, but the lazy sods ain't sent me a report in over a fortnight, and I'm too bleeding busy to be playing messenger. You look right fierce enough to get the information out of them. It's a simple job that'll earn you some coin. Can't rightly say no to that. If that tickles your fancy, then you'll need to talk to the leaders of each camp. Leonulf, Gwenore, and Aimbert. Hear what they have to say and get back to me when you're done. All right, aye, aye, Captain. Twould seem that much has changed in Dravania. The Nath were not wont to cause such strife when I lived here. You lived here? In Dravania? Aye, 'twas in the time following the calamity. My family was dead, my home was gone, and I had fled from the bitter cold into these lands. I knew not the paths of the forests then, and wandered out from under the protection of its boughs. That was when I chanced upon Hraesvelgr. He had descended from his mountain lair to hunt for food. My exhausted mind could not contend with the sight of the majestic worm, nor the vision of the past his presence visited upon me. Thankfully, Marsasham found my unconscious form at the edge of the trees and nursed me back to health, and in Tailfeather I remained for some time. Hence your familiarity with the locals. But I interrupted you. You were saying these Nath were once a peaceful people? Peaceful would not be the most fitting description. They are a fiercely territorial tribe, and any who intrude upon their domain are attacked without hesitation or quarter. Outside the borders of their homeland, however, they were rarely hostile. Indeed, we were even able to trade with them on occasion. They have changed then. What of it? We have not the time to creep through the underbrush on some roundabout route. I say we make straight for Somal and crush any unruly insect we meet underfoot. A more direct path, then. Very well. Let us first follow the trail west out of the forest and make for the statue of the Stained One. From there, we should have a fair view of the road that leads to Somal. Shall we? And we've got another one here. Oh, Ironheart. Well, paint me yellow and call me a chocobo. That's Millis' sightseeing log you've got there. Forgive me, I got carried away for a moment. I am Kester Ironheart, cousin to Millith, and an explorer of sorts like most of my extended family. When I last spoke with Millith, she told me of an adventurer with a keen case of wanderlust, an adventurer that I know now to be you, and a million others. What say you lend me your log for a moment? Don't worry, I won't eat it or anything. There, and yes, there. That should do it, I reckon. It's no secret that Ishgard is home to some of the most remarkable sights in our realm. Mind you, I've not seen them all myself, but I certainly know where they might be found. And now, so do you, thanks to the notes and rumors I've seen fit to jot down in your sightseeing log. Yes, scores of stunning vistas are just waiting to be discovered. Your legs will not carry you to all of them, though. Should you find a particular spot out of reach, you might consider taking to the skies atop a black-feathered bird. Oh, but if I were to say more, I would be robbing you of the joy of discovering these spectacular views for yourself. Godspeed, my fellow explorer, and may this moment mark the beginning of a tour of wonder. All right, we've got Heavensward sightseeing locations now. We will go see if we can get to these camps that Marsasham was talking about. And we've got an ether current nearby. There it is. I need those for my hunt log. Might as well knock them out while we run across them. Need 2 more of those. Yay, 3 more Centurio seals. Need to get up here somehow. And they don't seem sound sensitive either. Had ourselves a bit of an incident the other day. Some fiend came stomping out of the tree line and gobbled up one of our fresh-caught birds. Wasn't a damn thing we could do about it. If we're going to keep on in this area, we'll need some extra hands. You tell the chief that. Let's see, which way do I want to go here? It looks like a camp off in the distance there. Nothing out of the ordinary here. There's just the one bird that won't shut up. Haven't been able to catch a wink for all its bloody screeching. Things are going well enough. Been running into a bit of trouble with those giant bugs in these woods, though. well, we need to go report that. I am curious here. So they've all got issues, but none of them thought to ask me for help. Do they think I'll bite off their heads or something? At any rate, I'd best prepare to round up the birds from each camp. Thanks again for your help, friend. Say, since you've already struck up an acquaintance with my people and all, maybe you'd be willing to lend them a hand. Seems they talk to you of their troubles readily enough. Yeah, no more important quests to work on there, so we'll just continue on with the story here. We got one part done there while we were heading to the camps. Let's see, the next one is to the south. Ether current to the south, which I guess we'll run across at some point. Pressing on. Should we chance to meet Marsa Sham again, remind me to thank him. Had he not warned us to expect the Nath, I doubt I would be standing here. Amid ruins that I would tentatively describe as Ishgardian, the style, if not quite identical, betrays a definite resemblance. You have a scholar's eye, Master Alphino. This structure is, in fact, over 1,000 years old. It is a remnant of the age when our ancestors and dragonkind lived together in peace. You claim this is evidence of our harmonious past? I was taught that these buildings were constructed by heretics in honor of your Dravanian masters. This rubble inspires no such awe in me. Stubborn fool, how desperately you cling to the false teachings of your beloved Holy See. Enough, both of you. You threaten the success of our mission with this incessant squabbling. And pray reason with these two. The truth of the past will be revealed. Quite. Lest you forget, our goal is to prevent a war which will claim the lives of Dravanians and Ishgardians alike. If we are to accomplish this, you must learn to tolerate each other's presence. Trust in Anne's gift. In time, the secrets of history will be brought to light. Let that be enough, Estinian. You would have me keep my counsel until Anne's visions confirm the truth? Very well, but bait me not. Our meeting with Hraesvelgr will likely provide the catalyst Anne's gift requires, as it did mine. Let us press on. Let's see, that's not a upgrade, is it? Nope. It's only 125 item level 2. All right. Spy you the 3 great towers to the west? Ishgardians know them as Annex Trine. The place serves as a roost for Hraesvelgr's lesser kindred. If we are to reach the peak of Somal, then we must first beseech these dragons to open the way, but do not be disheartened. The one who leads them is a friend. Of rather more concern is the disposition of the Nath. Let us survey the approach to the towers and see if the path is clear. Ooh. Yeah, watch out for pile raster there. Mirasid had a very narrow range of vision, it looked like. I mean, we're almost 10 levels above him, but still not quite. 'Tis as I feared, the road ahead is teeming with Nath soldiers. Marsasham did not exaggerate then. These beastmen have grown brazen indeed if they would threaten the dragon so openly. Do they intend to assault the lair itself? I pray they do not. Mighty though my Dravanian friends are, they are yet vulnerable to the Nath's muskets. There is no route save the one before us. Should the beastmen offer battle, we have no choice but to accept. Yeah, like paper. I take no pleasure in killing the Nath. 'Twas to avoid bloodshed that I agreed to join you on this journey. Well, it cannot be helped. We may proceed into the courtyard together, but leave the task of hailing its occupants to me. And keep your lance on your back, Dragoon. On my word to the Warrior of Light, I shall start no fight, only finish it. You truly are beyond salvation. Come then.
Vidofnir!
Ah, 'tis thee, little one. From above I did mistake thee for a Nath. 'Tis well I chanced to look again, or thou wouldst now be ash.
Dear Vidofnir, how I have missed you. Would that I had come sooner, and not out of dire necessity.
Thou art troubled. Speak that I might know thy plight. Thou wouldst have father admonish his brood brother.
I would end this war without further bloodshed.
How am I to believe thee, little one, when thine own companion beareth Nidhogg's stolen eye?
Have care, dragon, or I shall gouge out one of yours.
Now, Stenian.
You forget yourself, sir. We are here on a mission of peace.
My sire's will forbiddeth me from inviting discord to our home. 'Tis for this reason and no other that thou still drawest breath, knight.
Vidofnir, please. We must be allowed to convey our intentions to Hraesvelgar in person, with words of our own choosing. Grant us this favor, and open the way to Som Al.
Thou hast ever been welcome, little one. But I cannot grant thy wish. I am bound to remain here, and protect my kin from the Nath's god.
The Nath have summoned a primal.
Uh-oh.
Pray excuse my forwardness, but if we were to eliminate the threat to your territory, would you consent to Lady Izel's request?
Ha! Dost thou imagine thyself equal to the task? To succeed where dragons have failed?
Why, yes, we do.
'Tis beyond thee, mortal. But thou art welcome to try, nonetheless. Only know that idle promises shall avail thee naught.
It would seem we have no choice but to make good on Alphino's offer. Why must our every bid for peace breed yet more war?
need to get an etherite here before we forget. Ether current from here, 519 to the north. Not convenient right now. Gifts of the Outcasts. So, the Nath have summoned their god, and thus is the mystery of their newfound belligerence laid to rest. Are you not glad, Lady Iceheart? I thought you would applaud them for summoning a primal to further their own ends. After all, you did. I did not reach out to Saint Shiva to further mine own ends. I desired her strength only to forge anew the peace between man and dragon. But what a fool I am to speak of peace to you, a bloodthirsty savage who murders without thought or compunction. Enough, enough, I say. If the Nath have truly brought forth their deity from the ether, we must face it together or watch our hopes fall apart. All now rests upon this primal's defeat. But ere we think of confronting it, we must first study its origins. What is the nature of this god? What manner of faith sustains its existence? My apologies. You are right, of course. Let us return to Tailfeather and consult with Marcechon. He knows more of the Nath and their culture than most. All right. And that's where we'll leave it today. We'll pick up the story again on Saturday. We'll be here all weekend, Saturday and Sunday mornings, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time to continue Final Fantasy. But tomorrow we'll be here at the same time to play more Infinite Undiscovery. So we hope you'll join us then. Check us out and watch us while we try to muddle our way through that game as well. Anyways, take care of yourself. I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you happen to be. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.